Her as Arizona on Grey's Anatomy, but we get to see her now in a fun new holiday film. Please welcome Jessica Capshaw, everybody. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
Good morning. You look like a ray of sunshine.
A ray of sunshine in the dark right now because in California it is pitch black outside. You have no idea how many lights are lighting me up right now.
I've got to tell you, though, you and I were texting this morning, and I thought to myself, how is it possible that she's awake? Like, I always think, like, making a movie would be so much fun, but then you've got to go out and promote it, usually on East Coast time.
This is true. Well, and in normal times, it would be a red eye and then an early wake up and then a car and a this and a that. So now I just get to sit in my living room and talk to you guys.
Well, we appreciate you doing that. It's a little easier.
We appreciate it,
so I just want to understand this a little more clearly. We were talking about you in the host chat earlier and how close you and Kelly are and have been over the years. She gets credit for you having a fourth child. Is that correct?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, my husband had some participatory action happening, but Kelly definitely was a very strong vote in favor of. It was Mark was hosting, and I was sort of saying, okay, we have 3, and I don't know. I mean, is the 4th going to sink the ship? I gotta keep it together. And she was like, have the 4th, and Mark was like. So I clearly listened to her, and I'm very grateful because so happy. Oh my gosh, the baby girl is just the sweetest. And I laugh because it's like the faces of tragedy and comedy are right next to each other for a reason, which we all have to remember during these times. When you want to cry, you just have to laugh instead. But the fact that I have a baby and I have like a preschooler in Zoom school and then a 13-year-old is just, there's a lot of laughter so that you don't cry.
What was your argument for 4? That they end up taking care of themselves? That 3's a different
My
defense?
pediatrician at the time told me, he said that triangulation can be bad for kids. It's always 2 against 1. So you should try to have the 4.
So you have even teams on the field. So you
have sort of even teams. And I found that, when if we would go somewhere like out to dinner, it was crucial to bring a 4th child along. Otherwise there would be a war. So that was my advice. My piece of advice was working from experience.
Yes. Well, I mean, you didn't do so bad. I mean, I look at your kids and they're just pillars. They're so cute. They're so cute. I think that I also love the 4th because the 4th ends up oddly being the baby, but also taking care of the rest of us. It's sort of like, again, I feel like we went into a pandemic and she was 3, and by the time we get out, she'll be 35. Like yesterday I was saying, we should do something
No.
Sorry,
Don't let it be that long. We're going to take a break and come back and talk with Jessica about her new feel-good movie that you're going to want to check out after this. Holidays.
You know what? It is exactly what I hope everybody can just sit back, relax, and watch. It's a good old-fashioned romantic comedy, and Emma Roberts is in the center and just adorable and hysterical, and it centers around her character who just sort of always ends up being the singleton in a family full of very coupled people. So she and Luke make a deal that they will just have each other at holidays for a date, so they don't have to be alone.
When did you shoot this movie? Because a girlfriend of mine, she shoots a lot of like holiday films, and she lives in Christmas almost year round.
Yeah.
So I think it would be like it sounds like it would be a dream, but maybe it's not a dream after a while.
Exactly. Well, you know what? The funny thing was when we were talking about when this movie was going to come out, because we made it like a year and a half ago, it's every holiday. So it's actually not, we didn't stay in Christmas the whole time. We were in Halloween, and then the costume fittings for this were all over the board. And we wore every single, parkas in Atlanta in the middle of summer. It was interesting.
And it would be the worst to be alone on the holidays. So I'll watch Holidate, premiering tomorrow on Netflix. Jessica, it's so great to see you.
If you know anybody.
How many more sleeps to the holidays?
He's very special. He counts his sleeps. He has quiche.
Thank you, Jessica. Bye. Coming up next, how to pump up your pumpkin.